Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and welcome back to Roving Clans and a playthrough / tutorial. This episode will be dedicated almost entirely to building up our empire so that it can enter the mid-game properly. I mean, obviously last episode we also made some critical moves that ensured that we are able to do this. For example, we now have a fairly decent amount of population in all of our cities, Roving being the smallest city, but still it has free population and it should grow quite quickly now. Either way, we have lots of work to do and not too many people to kill just yet because we don't have any valid targets. So there are several things we'll need to discuss, including one very nasty trick that you can do as the Roving Clans that I really wanna share with you. But we'll get to that. First things first, let's have a quick look at the quests. And when you go into the failed tab, you can see that I apparently failed the quest to end the technology era 2 within 10 turns. I mean, I can almost swear that I did fulfill this quest and that I should be given the reward, but apparently I failed it. Sure, it could be a bug or maybe something happened that I didn't notice. I feel like it is a bug, but I didn't check the footage yet, so I shouldn't really talk about this. It's very strange, however, and very annoying because I really needed that gold for something that I'll explain later. It was actually fairly, maybe not crucial, but really useful and really necessary. Pacification I care less about, since I'm about to do it the hard way. You wanna bug the game? Oh yeah, in this case, have an attack. Now, I'm not going to play this battle in manual, and I have actually a fairly good reason for this. I'm going to play in an auto battle. Why? Well, it's actually fairly simple. When we look at the battle I'll enter the fight with, I'll have my hero and those 3 units, 1 Kasai and 2 dervishes against 5 riders. If I were to attack the enemy by charging the dervishes forward, this dervish would die, this dervish would also die, because 3 riders would not be stun-locked and they would finish off this dervish. And this dervish would just die in the first charge. And then I'll lose 2 dervishes. I could also not charge and stay further back and hope that the reinforcements would be Kasai and the hero. But maybe the reinforcements would be the dervish units, and then I would have to charge anyway in order to protect my Kasai. So it is possible I could enter this fight in manual and win it without any casualties. Yes, it is. In multiplayer I would do it. But it is not multiplayer and I care a bit less, and in this scenario I believe that auto battle will yield results that are really good and perhaps even a bit better than what I could personally accomplish without a great deal of care. So I'll just go into auto battle like so. And as you can see, I only lost 1 damage, and another one has taken some damage, and those 2 have also taken a bit of damage, but overall, not too much damage done, and all of those riders are killed. Guaranteed that riders are really kind of a weak unit, but still they would have possibly killed more. So I'm really satisfied with how this battle went. My unit leveled up, and now those guys are pacified like they should be, but were not for some reason. Either way, now this is done. What else is there to do? Well, first things first, let's create this army and in fact attack those riders right away as well. In auto battle again, I do not expect any casualties. Indeed, there were none, that's good. Now this area is more or less clear. What do I want to do next? I could go ahead and have a talk to Ursis. Maybe I think I haven't, maybe even. If so, then I'll talk with the Kasai that will be made in this city soon enough. If not, then I'll have to ban the cities, but this will take quite a bit of firepower because they have 3 villages, all defended with at least 5 Ursus, and by the time I get there, maybe even more. So this will be a bit of a tough nut to crack, if you know what I mean. However, what else I want to do, and is actually fairly crucial, is scout around. This area needs to be scouted out. I need to know if there are any luxuries or surgical resources in there. This area needs to be scouted as well for the exact same reason. I want to see what Broken Lords are doing, and I want to see if there's anything behind them that is worth knowing about. So when we look at my units, you can see that Kasai are by far the fastest, so those are the guys that I'll use for the scouting purposes. So this guy is going to go more or less through here. Can you walk? Is there not a cliff there? There is. Alright. So this guy is going to walk like so-ish. And the next Kasai I have that I made is going to walk in this general direction and have a quick look at what is south of this Broken Lord's territory and then continue exploring what is on the Broken Lord's territory. In fact, I want to approach this area like so, just because I have no reason to explore this area because I have seen it, but this area less so. So let's do it like so. And as for those 2 dervishes, I will sell them sooner or later, but right now I have a feeling I may need to use them against the Ursus, so I might as well attach them to this army and have them roam around for a little bit longer. Yes, I am spending some dust on them, but by selling them right now, I'll get quite a poor trade. I mean, not necessarily poor trade, just a bit worse because I've been selling so many units lately. I want to wait a bit longer and get a better deal. Now, as for this city, is there anything else I want to do? I could repair the certain village, which would give me a free population point, which is exactly what I want to do. Population point is fairly vital in my eyes. And in fact, I'll focus working on the food as well, for the same reason. Is there a battle? No, it's a one battle. Okay, then. Anything else I need to do? No, it looks like all my other cities are doing exactly what they are meant to be doing. I'm just going to run through a quick check. This city certainly needs an empowerment, and I'll let it work on that right now. Thank you very much. And yeah, it can also work on food. It will not help it get to full population faster, but it will help in the long run, I believe. So once that is done, I can just go ahead and end my turn, because there aren't any other critically fast things that I need to do right now. Although in all honesty, there could be something that would be slightly cheaper if I were to do it right now, so I guess I can talk through about it. So first things first, let's go to marketplace. And what I want to do right now, as you can see, the quantity of resources on the marketplace has been increasing for some time now, and some of those things are maybe not in abundance, but they are readily available at still a relatively cheap price, because I was the only guy buying anything at any given time and nobody else is, so the demand is at all times low, and it is at precisely the minimum price, as you can see. So what do I want to do is I want to have a quick look at what good luxuries are on the marketplace. What do I consider a good luxury? Well, it's a select amount that gives you a percentage boost to your empire-wide benefits FTSE-wise, which was a really awkward way of saying this. But for example, what I mean by that, Das Orchid is by far the most important luxury you can have, so that's something I always keep an eye out on, and I might want to buy it out. If this was multiplayer, I would just buy it out right away, because there are only 2 units on the marketplace. Sure, this wouldn't be the best of trades, but I don't want other players to have it. No. This is the kind of resources that you have to keep to yourself and make sure nobody else can get their dead little paws on them. So there's one. Dustwater is also pretty decent, but it's not on the same league. So let's go through those resources in terms of how good they are. Dust Orchid, number 1 by far, better than anything else, I would say. Number 2 are Titan Bones, which are on the marketplace, and Spices, which are not on the marketplace, but I have them right here. It's really annoying that they're not on the marketplace, but I guess I will deal with that. Number 3 are Dustwater. And there is no moon leaves, unfortunately. I cannot even show them to you, but moon leaves work in the same way as dust water, except they give you science instead of dust. Below that, there is wine, which gives you extra happiness. There is where is dye, which gives you extra influence, and there is also gold, which lowers your dust expenditure. Now, those are the items that I consider the most crucial for your entire empire-wide economy. That's not to say that, for example, Blood Crystal is worse than them. No, in certain situations it is in fact better than anything when you need to attack or defend. However, those other resources are always good in the order I talked about them any day of the week. They are always useful to have them and to activate them as well. So I want to start thinking about buying them out. And not even to sell them, but to use them. So first things first, what do I really need? If I could, I would desperately want to buy out the spices. I would buy out the 5 spices and have 10 of them. Why 10? I'll talk about this later. But there are no spices. Gold. I was really hoping to win this minor faction quest and to have gold, but I don't have gold and I cannot get 10 of it. So that's again a no-go. And as we go through this list, you will find out that there is in fact nothing I can buy out in a quantity that would raise my base stockpile up to 10, which is really quite a shame, which is why I don't need to buy out anything right now in single player. In multiplayer, I would consider doing so regardless, just to make sure that nobody else can buy it away from me. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to this village. I can indeed parley with it, so let's go ahead and do just that. I wonder what kind of quest they will give me. Hopefully to ban some certain villages, but it's too late, I banned them down already. Hey, talk to them already. Thank you. Build a watchtower in a region... Oh... This is both horrible and amazing. It's amazing because exotic villagery... We talked about this last video, guys, didn't we? Yeah, it is the trick. It is the thing that you need to give yourself a 12 dust per population awesomeness in your cities. It is sickeningly good. But... The problem with that is actually fairly simple. I need to build a watchtower to actually achieve that. What's the deal with the watchtower? Well, it's right over here. It costs science, the science I don't want to spare. You might argue that, oh well, for this kind of reward it's pretty awesome, but I'm almost done with alchemical filigree already. And while I would love to get my hands on an exotic one, and I will one day most assuredly do so, it is not on the top of my priority list, because I actually have a prepared list of what I want to research right now, and I think it's a good time to talk about this. What is the next thing I need right now? I might change this within those 2 turns once I get a bit more scouting information from my Kasai, but it is almost certainly this. Cargo docks. This technology allows you to swim on the ocean tunnels, and I need to swim very badly. And the reason for this is very simple. Usually on a map that has the setting of 2 continents, there are also islands in between the 2 continents. Usually there is at least 1, sometimes there are even 3 islands. But usually I see only 1 or 2. Still, there are usually islands, and those islands are more often than not undercolonized because, again, you have to have this technology. This technology to actually be able to reach those islands. And while those islands are also at the same time usually fairly bad in terms of what is on them because they're usually not very big, they can have resources on them, and that's exactly what I need right now. So I want to have cargo docks, I want to scout out the ocean, I want to know if there's some place I can settle. It will be very useful for that. It also unlocks ocean roads used for trade routes, but that is a very fiddly thingy right now, and we're not going to discuss it. What do I want next after that? Well, there are 2 things that are very crucial and essential for my empire. The first thing is food. I need to keep growing, and I need to keep growing fast, get back over here, and plow factory and fish farm would help me both this thing. Fish farm does take some glass tea unfortunately, which is why it's probably less on my priority list than plow factory, because while fish farm would be better possibly for example Avnes, which look at this river, it's beautiful. But in other cities that do not necessarily start off next to the river, like for example Rovclar or even amusingly enough Sumrio, I wouldn't gain much benefit from fish farm over there, and it costs glass steel as well. Meanwhile, the plow factory is nice, efficient, and doesn't cost glass steel. So that's probably what I would pick in this scenario first, if I were to rush it. But I do not intend to rush it, I intend to go for the open pit mine first. Because I do want to start gathering some resources. And while I don't have any spices or anything along those lines, I have seen that there are some dyes on my territory. And while it would take me literally forever to actually get enough dyes to get any decent benefit from having those, it will still be worthwhile to actually start extracting them and maybe start, you know, doing some nasty little tricks with the marketplace. Alright, let's have my Kasai moving along. I do want to continue scouting as much as possible. Some forest has been discovered, some mutated marsh, which is a really nice anomaly, I like it a lot. And have I not pacified those guys? What? I almost swear I did. At least I gained a quest from them, did I? Did I fail a quest or so? I don't know, I guess I'll have to talk with them again. It's strange because I thought like... Maybe I think I may have forgotten to talk to them, that's okay then. Though. Alright, so this Kasai is standing right there, it's all good. Where is my main army? It is right here. Let's go ahead and try to talk to the Khans, because Khans can again give me a nice quest, and wow, the quest that those guys gave me... Oh yeah, it's amazing, I remember now. Okay, let's just move along before I make a fool of myself, shall we? Now, I do want to, as I said, show you a very nasty little trick that you can do as the Roving Clans only, but oh, for crying out loud. There's my scout, dead. Oh well. I could have possibly kited those guys to till a draw is, you know, in effect, but I really didn't want to bore you with that. Of course, I could have paused the recording, but I also didn't want to bore myself with that. So let's just go ahead and sacrifice those other Kasai, and with those guys explore some ruins and build a high towers in one of your cities, and your scientific knowledge will grow with fish. Oh wow! Okay. Sorry, sneezing? No, no sneezing. Okay. Oh, maybe. No. Okay. Sorry. Alright, so this is actually really great. As you can see, it is requesting me to create one of my faction improvements, but I can do it, and I believe I have assigned a hero right here, okay. And the high towers, oh, I cannot make it yet. Why? Oh, because I don't have the roads of dust equipment equipped. Alright, so let's go ahead and equip my hero with roads of dust, and now I should be able to make the high towers. There we go. I'll make them in this city, because you can only create high towers in a city of Wild Walkers Hero, as I said, and I could reassign my hero to Raid, where I could make high towers faster, but Rough Color is the city that needs the Wild Walkers Hero more, so this is where I'm going to work on that. I'm also going to focus entirely on industry production, because I want to get the high towers faster, if at all possible. Can I maybe move this population a little bit? Nah, it will take me more time. So let's just go ahead and try and rush this, and this will actually be perfect because I'll gain the fish farm technology for free, which is absolutely amazing, and I'll be able to do this. And yes, I said that in this particular situation I would maybe like the flower factory more, but when I gain the technology for free, then oh yeah, I'm perfectly fine with the fish farm, trust me. And then if necessary, if those two cities with rivers will grow much faster than those cities without rivers, then I can just swap them around. I'm Roving Clans, it's not a big deal for me, is it? Man, sorry for the sniffing, but seriously, all of a sudden, I had no problems with allergies for the past few days, but now they are being annoying again. Very strange, but whatever. I guess it does sometimes kind of happen. It's not a very big deal though. I hope you can forgive me for that. So, let's go ahead and move along. There isn't much I need to do. I'm just basically waiting for this city to hit 100% population. And this is almost good enough to sell the marketplace. I'll just merge those two armies and then sell them to make sure that I get paid as much as humanly possible for this. And you just continue working on Dervish plus Kasai combo for extra money. I'm such an evil person selling all those guys to marketplace, but hey, you do what you have to survive, right? I mean, it's not like I need to sell those guys at the marketplace as, I don't know, sex slaves, but to survive, because I'll survive anyway. But you know, this extra sofa I saw yesterday, it was really nice, and I think it would fit my bedroom really well. So yeah, let's sell those guys. Who cares anyway? Alright, another Ursus villager is partying with those guys as well. Bring back... Oh no, I'm not giving you 20 glass steel. Go and F yourself. That ain't happening. No. What did I even gain for that? Just pacification, right? Yeah, just no. There is no way in a billion years I'll do anything of the sort. Thank you very much. You can F yourself. Painfully and longfully. Alrighty then, so my Raid city is almost up and running with 100%. No, you're not supposed to go there. Oh, they didn't start moving. Okay, that's good. So let's go ahead and keep moving in this general direction and keep exploring if at all possible. I have apparently discovered the Kazanji, who I don't care too much about, but it's not... Oh wait, I actually do want the quest. Oh, that's too late. Do I want to go back to get the quest? I do, don't I? Yeah, I really do. So let's go ahead and keep moving, gaining as many quests as I can. It's very important for Roving Clans, even more so than for other factions, because again, they can give us some extra resources. Titanium is not exactly what I was hoping for, but I'll take it. It does, however, require us to destroy an Erekis village in Yarrow. Has anybody ever seen Yarrow? Oh, it's right there. I guess I could destroy it, but with only 4 units, I guess 5 Erekis, it could be a bit tricky. I'm not sure if I really want to do this. Instead, I could just bribe those guys. What do I get for killing the Erekis? It would be fairly expensive in terms of units. Titanium. And then I'll have to go back to the village and I'll get pacification. That's 25 titanium. How much would it cost me to bribe it? Oh, okay, then never mind. I'm not gonna bribe them. It's a bug, by the way. It's not supposed to cost this much. Alright, I'm thinking about selling this army right now, in all honesty. It is damaged right now, so you know what? Yeah, let's just sell him. Bye. It was nice having you. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and unassign this here as well, so I don't have to pay for him being an army. There we go. And I'll reassign him to a main army once I create one that is ready to go over there with units that have actually full health. That's what I'll do. Let's go ahead and end this turn as well. And what I'm going to do next is actually fairly nice, because I think I'm about ready to show you the trick. I mean, there's no reason to wait, really. There is this little risk right there, but I think I know what I'm going to do. So, I don't want to continue working on the high towers in the cities, so this is what I'm going to do. But other cities, they're not really working on anything important per se, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, so let's first things first. Talk to the Kazanji, parley, like so, there's that. And I'm supposed to go to Unspoiled Ruins for 20 blood crystal. That's a fairly big reward, in all honesty. I have to admit, I wish I had not disbanded my army now, but too late, I guess. Either way, that is a really good reward indeed. And I'll try to get it, because that extra 20 blood crystal, in addition to the 10 I have already, that will be plenty, I have to admit. But what do I want to do now? Well, first things first, I kind of want to clear those Ursus if possible. But again, I cleared my army, so maybe if I move in... No, I will not move in fast enough. I guess I can wait for one more turn. So let's just wait for one more turn, get a few more units nearby, make sure that those Ursas maybe go away. I want to play it safe. Because what I'm going to do, yes, indeed, you guessed it, will involve lifting my units up. And game, I'm trying to show something right now. Alright, let's ignore the bug. It did not happen, nothing is breaking just yet. If my game didn't break and didn't force me to go through the same bug arrow 20 times in a row, it means it's probably not serious. I will have to reload, but it's okay. We are nearing a point where I can pause this videocast anyway. So first things first, talk to the boss. What do they want? They want exotic oh wow, we're getting somewhere. And I also have to conquer a city. What city? Indicated by rays of dust. Alright, is this city by any chance? I don't know. I'll have to find some kind of city indicated by rays of dust and then conquer it. Well, I'm fine with that. I like conquering cities, and those guys are going to give me a really nice reward for this. So you can obviously tell why it is so crucial to grab your faction. Oh, those guys will kill me. Grab your faction, minor faction quests as often as early as possible. Not even as early as possible, but just to grab them is already fairly important because you can gain some really nice benefits from those. Alright, so let's move in my army like so, over here, and then try to move this army as well so that I can maybe gain some reinforcements going. Like, if I move to this tower, it should be better. Yeah, look at the amount of reinforcements. Auto battle, ready to battle, no casualties, that's very nice. And then move like so, so those guys will have to attack me if they want to attack my Alvinist city. So, next thing, what they want to do. And the rough color is working high tower, so let it stay where it is. But all other cities, it is time to actually go ahead and set Sekeho out of where you stand. In particular, this city was supposed to set Sekeho anyway because I wanted to move it to a more lush territory than where it is currently sitting. So, all of you guys, set Sekeho out of here. Thank you very much. It was nice working with you. And now please turn into giant effing also scarabs that just walk around creepily and move entire cities on their backs because, hey, why not? So 3 of my cities are about to stop existing per se right now. Yep, there we go. They're gone. Not technically speaking gone, but you know what I mean. I certainly do not want a Setseke to fight, although as you can see, Setseke does have quite a bit of life. He cannot attack, and he's got 0 initiative and whatnot, but he does have quite a bit of life. So unlike a seller, Setseke does not die instantly to enemy armies. And it will be kinda awesome to see him on the battlefield. Especially if he could attack. This would be so awesome if he could attack. I mean, look at this guy. I would fear him. But no, let's just go ahead and auto battle it like so without escaping our reinforcements. And we should easily win this fight. And another fight right there. And that's just... Oh, yeah, that's the scout. That's annoying. Whatever, ready to fight. So this guy died. And what about the other battle? Yeah, the enemy died. Alright, so always good. So now, what I want to do is settle my cities back. But before I do anything of the sort... I go to here, and I suddenly activate my boosters. Like, you go live, and you go live. And if I had better deals on the marketplace, if I were able to buy out the spices, if I were able to buy out any of those other important resources I was talking about, like for example Moonleaf and whatnot, I would do the same thing. And I would activate all the resources for the mere cost of 10. Because that's the base cost, that's the cost of using resources when you only have one city, which is the minimum, obviously. So, yeah, all of a sudden I was able to activate all those resources for super cheap. And now all I have to do is just land my city back down where it belongs, like so. No deal whatsoever, and you go ahead and go settle right there. And BAM! All of a sudden I have activated a bunch of luxury boosters for very cheap, and I'm gaining a ton of happiness and a ton of industry bonus from this. Now you can only imagine what would happen if you were to do this with other set of luxuries or with better luxuries, and even more importantly in later game. Right now what I did was maybe not necessarily the most optimal or cost efficient thing that I was able to do, because we are still relatively early in the game, but it is still going to give me a boost. And I just really wanted to share this trick with you, because it is not only a major time saver, but it can really make your empire skyrocket. And I do mean that, skyrocket up to the top of the scoreboard in no time. Even in earlier games, it is still very nice, and it saves you a lot of those luxuries that you would otherwise be either unable to use, like for example of Titan's Bones, or just wouldn't want to use all of them, like for example wine, which I want to sell at some point or use again if I do need to. So yeah. That's the trick. And I'll end it on this positive note because I do have some other things I need to do, and this videocast was long enough already. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. It was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Plumber, and I'll see you online.